Two numbers a and b are selected successively without replacement in that order from the integers 1 to 10. The probability that a by b is an integer is, we have different options. So let us try to understand the question what is given to us. We have been given that two numbers are selected successively without replacement. Without replacement means a cannot be equals to b. In that order from the integers 1 to 10. 1 to 10 means we are talking about numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are the numbers from which we can pick the values of a comma b. What we need to find out is that the probability that a by b is an integer. Now what is the meaning of a by b is an integer? A by b is an integer means a is multiple of b. So to find the probability that a by b is an integer, we need to find out what are the number of options which are favorable to a by b as an integer and also total number of options available to pick for a and b. So I'll write down probability of a by b is an integer. Let us say probability of I equals to number of cases in which a by b is an integer divided by total number of cases or options available. Total number of cases to pick two numbers from the given 1 to 10 numbers. Now we have to get our numerator, we have to get our denominator, then we have to divide them. So the probability that a by b is an integer is, first we have to find out what are the values of a and b, the number of cases in which a by b is an integer. Now suppose I take a equals to 4. If I take b equals to 1, 4 by 1 is 4, that is one scenario. If I take a equals to 4, b equals to 2, 4 by 2 equals to 2, that is also another scenario. So all those will be counted into the numerator part. In the denominator part, there are no conditions, only I want to pick two numbers from these 10 numbers. Now in that scenario, we have to understand what will be the total of number of cases we will have. So first let's work on the denominator part, then we will go to the numerator part. In the denominator part, we want to pick from 10, we want to pick two numbers. So if you are aware of permutations, then that is 10p2. Otherwise the other option what we can do is, now these are the two numbers we want to pick from these 10 numbers. When I go to the first number, any one of these 10 numbers can be placed here. That means I have 10 options for that. Now next, when I go to the second number, we have been told that without replacement, that means that number is gone. So from the remaining 9 numbers, we have to pick one number here. So this slot can be taken by any one of the 9 numbers here. So we will have there 9. Now we want this to happen together, that's why we have to multiply. Because we want first number to be picked and also second number to be picked, and is always multiplication. So the total number of options you have is 90. If you are not clear with that, I will give you a simple example how to understand this 90 in another way. If you are not understanding that, imagine a matrix of 10 by 10. So that means if you are taking ordered pair A comma B, if you remember rolling the dice, if you are rolling 2 dice at a time, if you remember we have 6 into 6, 36 options. We are starting from 1 1, then we are going to 1 6. Similarly 2 comma 1 to 2 comma 6. Like that we are going up to 6 comma 1 to 6 comma 6. Now the same logic can be applied here, and we can start with 1 comma 1 and we can go up to 1 comma 10. Similarly 2 comma 1, then 2 comma 2. Like that we can go up to 2 comma 10, and we can extend this till we go to 10 comma 1, 10 comma 2, and we go up to 10 comma 10. Now if it is a matrix of 10 by 10, what are the different options available to us? 10 into 10, 100. Now remember, they have told us that without replacement, that means A cannot be B. So these values, whatever is there in this diagonal, they are not allowed. I cannot have A equals to B. How many values are like that? 10 values. 100 minus 10 is 90. So if you are able to visualize this, a 10 by 10 matrix, then you are getting all the values of ordered pair A comma B. So now our denominator is fixed. We are very clear that we need to have denominator 90. Now let's look at the numerator, or the cases which are available to us, are the scenarios in which the values of A and B are such that A by B is an integer. As we said earlier, A by B as an integer means A is a multiple of B. So let us start with taking different values of B and see correspondingly what values I can have for A such that A by B is an integer. Let us start with B equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll see. If I take B equals to 1, then what values I can have for A? Multiples of 1. Multiples of 1 are 1 to 10. But I cannot have 1. So only the options I have are 2 to 10. That means I have 9 options. Second time, let's take B equals to 2. If B equals to 2, A is a multiple of 2. Multiple of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. But A not equals to B. A cannot be equals to B. So this is ruled out. We have 4 options. That means A4, B2, A6, B2, A8, B2, A10, B2. Hopefully that is clear. Now let's take the next scenario where B equals to 3. What are the multiples of 3? Now you understood this. So this will be only 3, 6, 9. That means I have 2 options. Let's go to B equals to 4. We have 4, 8 and 12. No, 12 is not there because we have only up to 10 and 4 cannot be there. So there is only one option, 1. Let's go to 5. When I go to 5, we have 5, 10 multiples of 5, but 5 cannot be there. So only 10 is valid. That means 10, 5 is the only option available for B equals to 5. Let us take B equals to 6. What happens when I go for B equals to 6? When I take B equals to 6, the multiples are 6, 12, 18. But we can't go more than 10, so none of them are allowed. That means these are the only options available to us. So let us club them together. 9 plus 4, 13. 13 plus 2, 15. 15 plus 2, 17. So the numerator is 17 and the denominator is 90. That means the probability is 17 by 90. Let's have a recap of this problem. Two numbers A and B are selected successively without replacement in that order from the integers 1 to 10. The probability that A by B is an integer is successively without replacement in that order. So these are all the keywords which are giving you hints here. Without replacement, A cannot be equals to B. In that order, order is very important. So we are talking about permutations here. Okay. Now The probability that a by b is an integer is given by the total number of values of a and b ordered pair such that a by b is an integer divided by the total number of options available to pick two numbers from 1 to 10. Now when we go to the denominator, we have two numbers to be picked from 1 to 10. The first number can be from any of the 10. The second number can be only from the remaining 9 because there is without replacement very clearly specified in the question. So the denominator value will be 10 into 9, 90. If you are unable to understand that, visualize that 10 by 10 you have a matrix, and out of them you cannot have the diagonal values because you cannot have a equals to b. So the number of options available to you are 10 into 10, 100 minus 10, which is equals to 90. Now let's go to the numerator part. The numerator, we want to have a by b as an integer. So a is a multiple of b and a not equals to b. So let us start taking different values for b and see what values I can get for a. Start with b equals to 1. Multiples of 1, 1 to 10, all of them are multiples, but 1 is not allowed. So there are 9 options available. Let's take b equals to 2. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2 is not allowed. So 4, 6, 8, 10. 4 options are available. Like that we go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When it comes to 6, we realize that we cannot have any values for a for b equals to 6. That means these are the only options available which sum up to 17. So the numerator is 17 and the denominator is 90. So the probability is given by 17 divided by 90.